Hi guys, I'm Trezellian, the voice of reason, and today, obviously everyone's talking about the healthcare assassin. I'm still, I'm still on the fence on this one. When I was doing security investigations, every now and then there would be something that was just really weird, and we used to call it evidential overkill. Okay, where there was an over preponderance of evidence, much more so than would be likely. So when you actually look at these cases, sometimes cases will rest on just a single piece of evidence, a single piece of DNA, a forgotten hair or a smudged fingerprint or something like that, and a lot of cases do hang on that. So we've had this case where the so-called shooter planned it in advance, obviously had some form of insider knowledge as to where the mark was, went out of his way to try and keep his identity secret, and then very coldly, unalived the guy in the back and had a plan to get out, using the bike, got to Central Park, dumped the backpack, which was very distinctive, remember, very distinctive, with Monopoly money in, and leaving cases behind with defy, defend, and depose. So, very well thought out plan, well thought out extraction, using fake IDs, using cash. And then, 4 days later, when you'd have thought that people were starting to just wean off of it, he had 4 days to clear his tail, 4 hours to clear every bit of evidence that would link him to the crime. And then he's found in McDonald's, not only with the weapon, with the silencer, but with the fake ID that he actually used, and the mask that he actually used, the gun that he supposedly used, and a 4-page handwritten manifesto saying why he did it. That to me is just evidential overwhelm. That to me is either a setup, it's like a patsy, or someone is under some form of hypnosis, like the CIA used to use with the MK Ultra, where they would literally breed assassins and brainwash them into being the fall guy. So you've got to look at who is most served by this. Well, obviously, the person most served by it is the person who was likely being targeted by the evidence and the testimony that Thompson was going to give. I think we know who that is, right? Mrs. P. So why would someone that went to such lengths to hide their identity make such a rookie mistake? And this wasn't police work. Everyone's bleating about what good police work it was. It was a McDonald's worker that just so happened to recognize him in a city that he shouldn't have been in. How many people do you see going through a McDonald's in a day, right? And it just so happened that this worker saw him and made the link, joined the dots, called the police. I don't know. I could be wrong. I could be absolutely wrong. It could be just the greatest coincidence in modern detective history. It could be. I don't think so, but it could be. I think there is much more to this, And you would have thought, wouldn't you, that, I don't know, there's something that's still not right. And I was right about the hair, by the way. He has got distinctive hair. He's got that sort of curly Italian type hair, and with a name like Luigi. He does. He looks like he's just from Super Mario Brothers. I don't know. I'm still on the fence on this. I'm sorry. Most people are going, yep, that's great, and then it's like, the shutters come down. Okay, the guy's now caught. we can now move on to the next news cycle. And that's exactly what someone wants you to do. They want you to stop looking. They want you to just stop the trolling, stop the questions, and just put up and shut up and just say, yeah, the police got their man, now let's move on. Too good. It's too good, you know. So, and we haven't heard from him yet, you know, and at some point, if he gets to jail, if he's not Epsteined before he gets to jail and gets to court, I mean, we may know, we may never know. At some point, are they going to release the manifesto? They didn't with the transgender shooter. That's still under wraps. And it's probably in the same file as the Epstein list. It's probably in the same file as the Diddy list. You got to look at who is being served by this guy being quiet or being quietened. And there's much more to this story, much more to this story. But anyway, I could go on, but I won't. So that's me, Simon Trezellian, Voice of Reason. If this resonates with you, please join me. Repost this. Let's get this message out, because we're being hoodwinked, you know, and people need to at least get some critical thinking involved. You know, that would probably be pretty useful right now. Anyway, that's me for now. Simon Trezellian, out to you.